Reporting from Jacksonville Municipal Stadium for Jacksonville.com, this is Gene Frenette, sports columnist for the Florida Times-Union, along with Jaguars beat writer Vito Stellino. After the Jaguars finally conquered the home nightmares this season and came away with a 20-16 win over the Green Bay Packers. And for the first time in, 3 months, the fans actually were able to walk home away with a victory today, because the Jaguars, unlike previous 4 home games, finally able to make plays in the fourth quarter. The offense was finally able to make some throws downfield. We saw they were able to finally protect David Garrard. And when they were able to protect him, he got the balls downfield, mainly to Dennis Northcutt. And the Green Bay Packers, as has been their MO all this season, not able to get it done in the fourth quarter. And at least the Jaguars were able to salvage somewhat of an early Christmas present.
I think the key was that they finally got Jerry Porter and Matt Jones off the field, and they got Dennis Northcutt on the field, and he made some big plays, which Porter and Jones, for all Jones's catches, he catches the ball and falls down. Granted, Northcutt did have a big drop, but the rest of the time he made big plays, and they just haven't been making big plays all year, and that, along with the fourth down stop, were the keys to the victory.
Jaguars today playing without Fred Taylor, without Rashean Mathis, without Matt Jones, 3 of their better playmakers. But along with the offense, you've got to give some credit to defense, because really this game truthfully turned on a great defensive stop. The Packers had about a 4.5 yard, but the line surge was there, and they were able to stop the fullback Kuhn for no gain. Why they didn't give it to Grant, or why Rodgers didn't sneak it, I don't know. But Kuhn wasn't a guy that I was expecting to get the ball, and the Jaguars did stuff the play. And that one play seemed to provide the energy, not only for the stadium but for the Jaguars, and certainly helped the offense to kind of get going, because the offense was kind of sputtering too after scoring a touchdown on their opening drive.
Yeah, that was big, that they, after misfiring on the first drive for 3 straight games, they not only got a first down on the first play, they went in and scored a touchdown on the first play. So that set a good tone. And also, finally, one of Jack's motivational tricks finally worked after throwing Mike Peterson out of the room and changing lockers and all other stuff, which seemed to make things worse. This time he gave them Saturday off instead of having the usual walkthrough that they have. And who knows whether it made any difference, but sometimes you just have to try to change things up. And they came out with a lot of energy and showed that they hadn't packed it in yet. And they probably kind of knew this was their last chance to win a game. With the Colts and Ravens coming up, those are going to be very tough games. This was a team that came in and had lost 5 out of 6, so this was their chance, and they took advantage of it.
Well, one thing that did change a little bit today was that the Jaguars finally got a little break here or there. Early on, it looked like some of the penalties that would come back to haunt them. Dennis Northcutt had a big drop. There were a couple penalties that stalled drives. But late in the game, when David Garrard made the 17-yard scramble to get the ball down to the 2-yard line, the ball got poked out from behind, and you're thinking, oh boy, here the Jaguars go again. But this time, the breaks did go the Jaguars' way. The ball stayed real close to Garrard, where he was able to fall on it, and then Maurice Drew ran over the linebacker for the touchdown that ended up proving to be the winning points. But the difference was that today the Jaguars finally got some breaks at some crucial times, whereas all these other losses, it just seems like the breaks never went their way.
But also they made some plays, and they made some deep plays, and that's been a thing that's been lacking all year. You win games in the NFL, you got to make some big plays. And the yardage was about the same today, but they had the big plays, when they needed them.
You also got to give credit to the defense, holding the Packers to 2 field goals once they got inside the red zone. That proved to be big early on. The Jaguars were finally able to just overcome a lot of different issues, from the Northcutt drop to the penalties to really being behind for really most of this game. But they were finally able to mount a comeback in the fourth quarter, which has been another rarity this season. But finally, some good news for the Jaguars fans. They go away. 2016 win today. It also might end up saving Wayne Weaver a little bit of money, because now instead of maybe having a top 8 draft pick, maybe they'll get back up to 10 or 11. But reporting from Jacksonville Municipal Stadium for Jacksonville.com, this is Gene Frenette and Vito Stellino.